Hi, so welcome to the video on business law. In this video, we're going to discuss on the Indian Contract Act 1872. The Indian Contract Act 1872, it is the oldest law enacted in India, and it forms basis for all other business laws in the country, and it came into force from 1st September 1872. So we are going to see about how a contract is being formed as per the act. So for a contract to be formed, it needs the following elements: offer, acceptance, which makes it a promise with consideration makes it an agreement which is enforceable in the court of law becomes a contract. So this is how a contract is being formed under the Indian Contract Act 1872. Let me just repeat it again. An offer plus acceptance gives rise to a promise. A promise plus consideration makes it an agreement. An agreement that is enforceable by law makes it a contract. So moving on to the definitions. The definition of contract under Indian Contract Act 1872. So it's section 2 of H, which deals with the definition of contract. A contract is an agreement enforceable by law. This is the definition under the act. So there are two elements for a contract to be formed. It is agreement plus enforceability. So moving on to the next definition for an agreement. So section 2 of E of the Indian Contract Act 1872 defines an agreement. An agreement is something which has two elements, which has promise and consideration. So every promise forming consideration between two persons is an agreement. So it's every promise forming consideration between two persons gives rise to an agreement. It is defined under section 2 of E of the Act. So moving on to the next important part, which defines the essentials of a valid contract. So according to the Act, there are exactly 9 essentials of a valid contract. So let's look into each and every heading briefly. So the first element is the offer and acceptance. For a valid contract, there should be an offer by one party and there should be an acceptance by the other party. Say for example, if A offers to buy B's car for 2 lakhs, if B accepts, it becomes a promise and it becomes a valid contract because there is an offer by A and there is an acceptance by B, making it a valid contract. The next important element is the lawful consideration. The meaning of the word consideration is something which is given or something which is taken. Okay, so there should be benefit for both the parties to a contract. So the benefit is nothing but consideration. Say for example, if there is a contract between X and Y to buy a factory for rupees 50 lakhs, for one party the 50 lakhs sum of money is their consideration, is their benefit, while for the other party it's the factory. So there is something which is given, something which is taken. There is a consideration in this contract. This makes it a valid contract. The next essential of a valid contract is the free consent. So the consent of the parties, the acceptance of both the parties should be genuine. It should not be compelled or forced or threatened. Okay. So if for example, if M threatens to hurt N if he does not sell his land, this is not a valid contract because there is no free consent. The consent is got out of threatening a party. So this should not be there in a valid contract. The next essential of a valid contract is the legal formalities. In India, the main legal formality is that any contract should not be in oral. It should be in writing. And the other formalities are affixing stamp, registrations. So all these formalities makes it a valid contract. The next important essential is the capacity of parties. The parties should be legally capable to enter into contract. He should be a person who has completed 18 years of age and he should be a person who is of sound mind. Okay, say for example, if we enter into a contract with a minor person to buy something or get something, so that cannot become a valid contract because the capacity of the person here is minor, and a minor is incapable to enter into a contract. The next important essential is the possibility of performance. So the agreement should make it possible for the person to perform certain function. Say for example, if X promises Y that he will bring gold from sun, it is an impossible performance, so this does not make it a valid contract. The next essential is the legality of object. The object or intention of the agreement must be legal and should not be opposed to public policy. Say for example, there are two persons who enter into contract to share the money, but the money is from a robbery. So this does not make it a valid contract because robbery is punishable under the act. It is something unlawful. The very intention of the agreement here is like illegal, and hence this does not become a valid contract. The next one is the legal relationship. So there must be an intention of any contract to create a legal relationship. Say for example, if there is a promise of a mother to give chocolate to its kids if he's gonna have his room clean and tidy, this does not make it a valid contract because this does not create a legal relationship. Okay, and the next one is like certainty. The terms and conditions of the contract must be clear, complete and certain. Say for example, if Meena promises Maina to sell some 200 books, but if the titles of the books are not clearly specified, this does not create a valid contract because there is an incomplete information in the contract. So these are the 9 essentials of a valid contract. So having studied about what is a contract, how is a contract formed and the definitions, let's see the difference between what is an agreement and what is a contract. So we already saw section 2 of E defines agreement, while section 2 of H of the Act defines the contract. So an agreement is nothing but its offer plus acceptance plus consideration, while a contract is an agreement plus enforceability makes it a contract. An agreement could be either lawful or unlawful, but only lawful agreements makes it a contract. Okay, all agreements are not contracts, but all contracts are agreement. So with this we are moving on to the next slide, which talks about the classification of contracts. So the contracts could be classified on 3 important bases. First one on basis of validity, on the basis of formation and on the basis of performance. Let's look into a detailed study on each and every type of contract. On the basis of validity, we have 4 types: valid, void, voidable and illegal. What is a valid contract? A valid contract or enforceable by law. Void contracts cannot be enforceable by law. Voidable, a contract where one of the party has the option to make it valid or void, is called voidable contract. What is an illegal contract? A contract where the subject matter is illegal. Then such contracts become illegal contract. So there are 4 types of contracts based on the validity. Moving on to the next basis, which is based on formation. So there are express contract, implied contract and quasi-contract. A contract that are expressly in writing or oral or both makes it a express contract. A contract that are not expressly either in oral or in writing, that becomes implied contract. A contract which is not created by either of the party, but a contract that is created by court is called as quasi-contract. So the next contract types is based on the performance. So based on performance, we have 2 types of contracts. One is executed contract and the other one is executory contract. Contracts that are fully performed by both the parties are executed contract. Contracts that are not fully performed by both the parties are called executory contract. Again, executory contract is divided into two types. One is unilateral and the other one is bilateral. Unilateral is wherein only the performance of one party is outstanding. Bilateral is wherein the performance of both the parties are still not performed or still outstanding, makes it a bilateral contract. So moving on to the next slide, which actually tells us the difference between void contract and voidable contract. So section 2 of J talks about void contract. Section 2 of I talks about voidable contract. So we already saw void contracts that cannot be enforceable by law. So it's exactly the opposite for valid contract. Valid contract, the opposite is void contract. While voidable contract is wherein either of the party has an option either to make it valid or to make it void. Say for example, an illegal contract becomes void contract. Something which is not valid from the beginning is void contract. While the example for voidable contract is free consent. Say for example, if a person threatens the other person, okay, for his consent and compels to enter into contract, the affected party of the contract have the right to make it either valid or void. So this option is given to the affected party, and such contracts where the affected party have the right either to make it valid or void becomes a voidable contract. Okay, so in this session I hope you would have understood what is an Indian Contract Act 1872, how a contract is being formed, the definitions of the terms contract and agreement, the 9 essentials of a valid contract, and the classification of contract. And we saw about the difference between agreement and contract and void and voidable contract. So these are the key takeaways of this session. Hope you have understood. Thank you.